Minister of Power, Mr. Adebayo Adelabu, said on Monday that the federal government had not found the antidote to the frequent collapse of the national grid, a development that shuts down power supply to the whole country many times in 2024. He told senators in Abuja that there was no guarantee that the system would not continue to crash in 2025 as long as insecurity, vandalism, and poor infrastructure remained the major threats to the grid. Adelabu, who appeared before the Senate Committee on Power in Abuja on Monday to defend the power sector budget for 2025, also disputed the widely quoted figure that the country's national grid collapsed 12 times in 2024, representing at least one collapse in each of the 12 months of the year. I'm sure most of us were actually saying that. Faulting the figure, the minister said the grid collapsed only 8 times and not 12 times as always reported. He said to achieve a permanent end to grid collapse would require concerted efforts, including tackling insecurity and the frequent vandalism of power infrastructure. There is no guarantee that there will be no more grid collapse. What we can do is to make sure that it is minimal and that after a collapse, we rectify it as quickly as possible, the minister stated. He told the committee that the ministry was working assiduously with security agencies to manage the situation and restore the system back to work as soon as another collapse occurred. So anytime we see a grid collapse, we should just know, okay, in 5 minutes it's going to restore back. But we should not be hopeful that the grid will not collapse anymore. Well, quickly, Mr. Ayetamono, I would love to get your thoughts concerning this. What do you have to say, please?
We can't excuse our failures like this. We can't excuse our failures like this because the opinion is opinion actually does not give much hope, the much hope which Nigerians desire at this point in time. There are certain things that are very clear in the statements. The Nigerians are also very watchful. Nigerians are watchful. Nigerians are also very observant. When Nigerians said, in fact, when we had the 12th collapse of the national grid as reported by the media, many Nigerians actually said that that number was correct.
So did we count it?
Yes.
Was it actually 12?
As it collapses, people
were counting it. So it was 12 actually. But the minister said
it's also good anyway from the point of view of the power sector, that's the power ministry, that they are now telling us that out of the 12, they can only own up 8.
Okay.
And that 5 of these were actually a total collapse, while 3 were partial collapse. The important thing here is that they admitted that there's a collapse.
Okay.
And then the other reasons that they have also given, they have given the issue of, for instance, the one that affected Shiroro security, vandalization of power infrastructure, and so on, which, of course, even the power infrastructure itself, how modernized it is, also raises some questions. But I believe that something is being done. For instance, digitalizing the network of this power infrastructure such that they said they are going to put on CCTVs and so on.
Okay.
In other countries, some of these things are not things that are said in the open. Because when you begin to put your security strategy, into public focus, yes, in the open, then those people, it takes a lot. It takes intelligence to also be a criminal. Those so-called criminals will also find ways of sabotaging whatever you want to do.
Okay.
The good news about what he has said is that at least between 2023 and 2024, that there was at least an increase in terms of our generative capacity. But the problem I think we have is also in the distribution capacity. Transmission itself is a problem, which has to do with the infrastructure. And then the distribution itself is a problem. which we need to look at.
Okay,
But digitalizing the security network surrounding the power sector, I think it's a way to go. But then we should also not excuse some of the inefficiencies that we have seen along the line.
Yeah, they've been going on.
Because the issue of banditry even came perhaps after about the reported eighth collapse. Yes. The one that supplies some sections of the north, about 330 kV or something. That one is the one that has, and I'm happy that at least the security agencies, they are also now involved in making sure that the power sector is...
Thank you. Quickly, Mufasa, I'd love to get your thoughts concerning this, but what do you have to say?
Well, I want to say that it's quite disappointing that we hear a minister, of course, he has said a lot of things in the past that has shown that he is not really ready, and I'm not sure he has what it takes to head that sector. This was the same man who said Nigerians are not even paying enough for power that we hardly see. This goes to show how irresponsive and irresponsible most of the so-called people that are saddled with responsibility to head critical sectors of the economies have. When you're telling Nigerians that you cannot guarantee, that goes to show that even as somebody who people look up to solve the problems, you've reached your wit ends. And what does that suppose to
So it's more like anything you see, you take it like that.
He has openly told Nigerians that there is nothing, absolutely nothing that can be done to stop it. And at that point, I was even expecting our lawmakers to immediately call him to order and call for his resignation and sack. Because there's a reason why you have given that responsibility. And if you don't have a solution, then you have no business being there. You are saying they are giving excuses, security and all of that. That is just 8 out of 12. I was even supposed to be getting that. Why can't us put a stop to it when it got to 2 or 3? You waited until it got to 8. And like what the chief just said now, that, and I can allude to that, that is what was reported in the media was up to 12.
It was 12.
And I'm not surprised, because this is Nigeria, where you take actions before you begin to carry out investigation. Just recently we had that some civilians were killed in Zamfara and all of that. And before the military, the Air Force would conduct investigation, they've come out to condemn, saying that nothing happened. Now they are going back to do what they are supposed to do before coming out to make an official statement. Adebayo Adelabu has actually, for me, if I were the president, he should have gone back to his house by now. Couple what he has said, that they are looking at setting up CCTV cameras. They are not even, they've not done it. They are considering setting up such measures that does not even, it doesn't take, I keep saying that it doesn't take rocket science to do some of these things. Most of the countries we refer to today are Sena climes. And for me, I'm still ashamed as in Nigerians to refer to other countries where we have human beings like us as Sena climes. What they apply is simple digital system. People have moved away from analog system of we are operating on analog, and we expect to get a different result. That people just come out from the bushes all in the name of bandits, vandals, destroy the transmission towers,
run away. That it's already
criminal elements and rat tags. Destroy it, run away. Then you now as the minister, you write to government that this is the cost and all of that. They give you money. Perhaps that is what they are.
But how do they destroy transmission towers that are already in?
No, they can. Like you said, it takes a lot to be a criminal. That is why, as a government, as an institution, you must be 5 or 10 steps ahead of them.
Okay.
You must think like them. If you don't think like them, you can't be able to apprehend them. You wait until they've achieved their aim, and you come back to tell Nigerians that you cannot guarantee a reduction
of the activities of others, and you expect us to congratulate you and clap for you? Of course, you've told us openly that we should expect more. That is the implication. Yes. So I'm using this opportunity to call on our National Assembly members, because for me, like I've said before, this is like a drama. They come and tell us some of these things, and at the end of the day, nothing is done about it. Otherwise, that somebody has said that alone is enough immediately to say, oh, Mr. Minister, or whatever they call him, why would you say a thing like that? We are here to represent Nigerians. And you are telling almost over 200, I don't know how many we are these days. We have a guy that is in charge of the National Agency will tell us our actual numbers. But they told us that we are over 200 million. From year to year, we are 200 million. Without census. You know? So you are telling us today that there's no hope in sight. So what do you expect us to do? Well, there's never a wrong time to do the right thing. That has always been my philosophy. There's never a wrong time to start doing the right thing. So they know what to do, they should sit up.